THC Study Center is a preparatory school given to preparing individuals for their proficiency exams such as Ielts, TOEFL, ITEP, GRE, GMAT, SAT, PTE, etc. We have proven to have great results, having trained more than 150 students through our online and offline classes. Also, our well-trained tutors are tailored to help individuals with achieving the best through consistent monitoring, follow-ups, needed classes and assignments. We also help our clients and students alike relocate or study in or at Canada, Australia, UK, US, Dublin, Turkey, and countries of their choice. Improve your IELTS and TOEFL scores to a band 8 or 9. The school is more than a mock test provider. It's a source of inspiration and feedback where you can improve and where you can practice your skill in the best form possible, online and offline.
Hello, you're welcome to THC Study Center, and today we will be doing Ielts General Writing Task 1. Okay, for your General Writing Task 1, I want to believe that you are with your writing materials. Please, if you are not with your writing materials, quickly get them across, get them to you now, prepare them, because I will need you to be taking note of everything that I would be saying right now, because that is what is going to be useful for you and guiding you for your practices and preparing you for your test. Okay, so we're doing General Writing Task 1, and for your Task 1, your IELTS writing in general lasts for just about 1 hour, an hour. Within that hour, you have just 20 minutes to do your general writing task 1. You have 20 minutes for your task 1. Now within 20 minutes, and then within that 20 minutes, you have to write 150 words. 20 minutes, you have to write 150 words. Actually, at THC Study Center, we encourage our students to make use of just 15 minutes. Why? Because within 15 minutes you're done writing, and you would need to go back to your class, to go back to your writing to cross-check your work. Should there be any spelling error? Should there be any vocabulary error? You would need to go back to cross-check each and every one of them in order to correct your errors, because your examiner is not going to correct your errors for you, rather they would mark you down. So we encourage you to use 15 minutes. Have it at the back of your mind that you will be using 15 minutes for your general writing task 1, while you use 5 minutes to go back to cross-check your work. Okay, now we move straight to the point. For your general writing task 1, you should be expecting 3 different types of letters. 1 of 3 types of letters. Now you should be expecting, we have the formal letter, we have the semi-formal, and we have the informal type of letter. That is under general writing task 1. So you should prepare your mind to expect to write any of this kind of letter. It could be a formal letter, it could be a semi-formal, and it could be an informal kind of letter. What do I mean by a formal kind of letter? A formal letter, these are letters written to people that you do not know. People that you don't know anything about them, you do not know their names, you don't have any relationship with them. It could be, for example, writing an application. You saw a job advert, you're writing an application, and it could be writing to the local government chairman of your area, reporting a particular situation. It could also be writing to the director of an organization or the manager of a hotel or something. So when you are given that kind of letter, know that you are writing a formal kind of letter. You're writing a formal kind of letter, and when writing a formal kind of letter, there is a need to understand the tone that you need to use for your formal type of letter. You cannot use your semi-formal tone for your formal type of letter. I will come back to that. Okay, so now you should expect a formal letter, a semi-formal, or an informal kind of letter. I will explain the formal letter. We'll go straight to the semi-formal letter. Now, a semi-formal letter is a letter that is written to, is a writing that is written to someone that you know their names, but you do not have a personal and interpersonal relationship with them. You do know their names, but there is no interpersonal relationship between you and them. So all you have is just, let's say, a professional relationship. For example, it could be your boss at the office. You know your boss's name, but you don't have a very close relationship with your boss. It could be a professor at a university, or it could be your tutors at THC Study Center. So when you're writing letter, you are asked to write letter to any of these categories. Just know that you are writing what? You are writing a semi-formal kind of letter. Semi-formal kind of letter. So when you're writing any of these kind of letters, know that you're writing a semi-formal kind of letter, and there is a particular tone that you need to use when writing a semi-formal kind of letter. You do not use a formal tone for a semi-formal kind of letter. And then, okay, now having said that, I will go to the informal kind of letter. I want to believe that from secondary school, I'm sure we still remember that some of us we actually wrote some letters. We wrote letters to our friends, to our family, to our loved ones. Now that is what we refer to as the informal letter. Informal letter. These are letters written to people that you know so well, your friends, family members, relations, people that you are close with, your close pals. So when you're writing a letter to someone you know so well, you know their names, there is a interpersonal relationship between you and them, you are writing an informal kind of letter. You're writing an informal kind of letter. Okay, now very quickly, I will be giving you, I want to believe you are taking note of everything that I am saying. If you are not, please do that. Alright, very quickly, I will be giving you a guide for each of the letters. I'll be giving you a guide for each of the letters. Now this guide is, what I'm about to list to you now is going to help you for either you're asked to write a formal letter, a semi-formal, or an informal kind of letter. So you need to deploy this format that I'm going to say now into any of the letters that you will be asked to write. Okay, what am I saying? The guide for each of the letters. Number one, you understand your question. Understand your question. Okay. Now, in understanding your question, when you're in your test hall, the first thing you should do before you begin to write is to understand your question. What is the question saying? What am I asked to do? Now, what you should understand about the question is, for example, we have the instruction words in your letters. We have the accompanying details in your letters, and then we also instruction words. Okay, accompanying details, and you need to understand each and every one of them. So you need to understand each and every one of them. I will show you an example before the end of the video. So when understanding your question, you have to understand the instruction word, the background information. Yes, you have to understand the background information, you have to understand the instruction word, and then the accompanying details. For example, you are writing a formal letter. Let me get you an example here. Okay, here a question says the system used for garbage collection in your local area is not working properly. This is causing problems for you and your neighbors. Write a letter to the council. Now, the background information here for a formal, this is a formal letter. How do you know? It says write a letter to your local council. You do not know who is the head of the local council. You do not know if it's a male or a female. You do not know their names. So you are writing to someone you do not know, meaning you are writing a formal letter. So in writing a formal letter, understand your question here. Now, if you look at it here, you would see it is indicated write a letter to the local council. That is your background information. That is the background information that you need. And then the next one is the instruction words. The instruction words. These are the instruction words. It says describe how the rubbish collection system is not working properly. Now they are giving you specific instruction on how to go about your letters. They are giving you the specific, they are telling you what they need you to write. You don't just parabolate while writing. They need you to write accordingly. So they are giving you the specific instruction, which is what I call the instruction words. Now the instruction words here say, describe how the rubbish collection system is not working properly. Explain how this is affecting you and your neighbors. Suggest what should be done about the problem. These are the instruction words. They are the instruction words, and then you have the accompanying details. You have the accompanying details. Okay, here I think there is none for this one. I will get you another one. Okay, and then you have the accompanying details. So that is what you need to know when trying to understand your question. The next thing you need to do as a guide for your letter is plan your outline. Plan your outline. What do I mean by planning your outline? In planning your outline, now you are to use 15 minutes while writing. In this 15 minutes, remember, you have to plan. You have to plan what, don't just say because, okay, I can think so fast, so whatever it is I would need to write, it can easily come up in my head and I'll need to write. There is need for organization. So you would need to plan your outline. In planning your outline, like in the question it says, write a letter to your local council. Now you're going to, what do you do for your outline? A minute please. Okay, number 2 is you plan your outline. Plan your outline. Number 2, for a guide in writing your letters is plan your outline. In planning your outline, what do you need to do? Now you need to understand that you would be greeting. This is what you do in planning your outline. The greeting, and we have the reason for writing. Reason for writing, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, and then your conclusion. In general writing text 1, you have to write just 4 paragraphs, 150 words, 4 paragraphs. So in planning your outline, what do? You greet. You're greeting for any kind of letter that you are asked to write. You have the greeting in planning your outline, you have the greeting, the reason for writing, and then you have the paragraph 1. Which you have to, for example, you are to neglect the one I read the other time, talking about writing the letter to the local council of your area. Now you have to explain. After greeting, you have to explain. It says the instruction words there are what you build your paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. That is what will make up the body of your letter. Now the greeting, you are greeting in a formal letter. All you need to do is, you don't know his or her name, so you say, dear sir or ma. Dear sir or madam, because you do not know their name. So, in greeting in a formal letter, you say, dear sir or madam. Now, what is the reason for your writing? I write to inform you. So, and from there you move on to your next paragraph, which is the paragraph 1, the first body of the letter, paragraph 2, and then your paragraph 1 and paragraph 2 should be a combination of the instruction words that you would be given in your question, just like I read earlier on. So the paragraph 1 and 2 is the body of your letter. So you have to build it so well and make it organized. You need to organize it so well as well. That is the reason why you need to plan your outline. And then the last paragraph, which is your conclusion. In writing your conclusion, you don't say, you just move on and say that, tell what you want them to do. Like writing a letter to your local chairman, you tell them what you want to do. And then you conclude by saying, I hope to see this result, or you just conclude in a very reasonable manner. Okay. The next thing you do as a guide for any of the letters is, number 3 is, you set your tone. Set your tone. You set your tone in which, what do I mean by setting your tone? Now this is This means you have to set the words that you would be using, because you cannot use words that you should use for a formal letter for a semi-formal. So you're writing a formal letter, and setting your tone means you know that, okay, I'm writing to someone I do not know, I'm writing to a government official, or I'm writing to manager, director of the company. There is a tone that you need to use. You're not allowed to use slangs and the like. So you set your tone in a very official term because you're writing a formal letter. And the fourth thing to do is you start writing. So the first one, what did we say is the first one? The first one is understand your question. In understanding your question, you need to understand the background information, understand the instruction words, and then you understand the accompanying details. And then the next thing you need to do as a guide is to plan your outline. Plan the greeting that you're going to say. Now you plan how you're going to write, what you're going to write for your reason for writing. What is the reason for your writing that has been stated in your question? And then you set your tone. Am I writing a formal? Am I asked to write a formal, semi-formal, or an informal letter? You set your tone based on the type of letter you are asked to write, and then you start writing. You set your tone and then you start writing. Now, going back to each of these, I'll be talking about the semi-formal letter for each of these guys. Talking about the semi-formal letter now. Now, for a semi-formal letter, I have an example here. In understanding your question for a semi-formal letter, this is the semi-formal letter here. Now, okay, let me give you a hint. This is the hint for you to know that, okay, this letter I'm asked to write is a formal letter. When you're given a question and at the end of it you're asked, perhaps the question was so not straightforward and you couldn't, really tell if you're writing a formal or a semi-formal letter. How you would know that is a formal kind of letter you are asked to write is, at the end of it you will see that you are to start your letter with dear sir or madam. It is always indicated in question. Now for your semi-formal letter, you will just see dear dash dash dash, which means you have to include the person's name. Remember that your semi-formal letter is a letter you're writing to someone that you know. You know this person's name, but then you do not have a personal relationship with them. There's no interpersonal relationship with them. You are not close with them. Do you understand? So a semi-formal letter, in writing a semi-formal kind of letter. Now let me read out this question. You work for an international company. Remember, you work. It means you're already an employee in that organization. You work for an international company and would like to spend 6 months working in its head office in another country. Now, that is the background information for your semi-formal letter. That is the background information. That is the information that you need to know that, okay, this is the kind of letter I'm asked to write. You're asked to write a semi-formal letter. This is how you know it. Now, you work in an international organization. It's not an organization that you're totally strange to. It's an organization you're already an employee there. So you are asked to, and you would like to spend 6 months working in its head office in another country. So it's an organization you're a part of. So it's not a different organization you're not aware of, or you don't know anything about. So being that you're a part of this organization shows that, okay, I know something about this organization and I know the name of the manager. It means you're writing to your boss. So I am writing a semi-formal letter. So you need to understand your question, and that is the background information. Now, I mentioned under understanding your question, the background information, that's your background information. Understanding the instruction word. These are your, now let's continue. It says, write a letter to your manager, that is your boss, for you to know that is a semi-formal type of letter. And then the instruction word says, yes, this is the instruction word. Write a letter to your manager. Who are you writing to? Your manager, someone you know. Okay? And then the accompanying detail says, explain why you want to work in the company's head office for 6 months. Those are they are giving you a guide of what they want you to write. The precise information that they need you to list out while writing your letter. And then it says, say how your work could be done while you are away. And then it says, Ask for his or her help in arranging it. These are the instruction words to guide you in writing your letter. Now they have explained how they want you to arrange your letters. It's very, very simple. They've explained it all. So, after understanding your question, understanding what you're asked to do, then you begin to plan your outline. Now, planning your outline under a semi-formal type of letter means that, okay, I'm greeting. What am I greeting? I'm greeting my boss. So you don't just say dear sir or madam. You know your boss's name, so you say dear Adaobi. So you mention your boss's name, dear Adaobi, or dear whoever. You write your boss's name. Then you go ahead and state your reason for writing. I am writing to inform you. I write to bring to your notice. I would like to bring to your notice, or I want you to know that you write the reason for your writing. And in your paragraph 1 and 2, which is the main body of your letter, which is what will build the main body of your letter, is where you will be writing your instruction words. The instruction you were given to explain why you want to work in the company's head office. Now you need to, they've given you the guide on how they want you to arrange it paragraph by paragraph. You're writing 4 paragraphs. So they've given you the guide on how they want you to arrange them. Now, you do not merge 2 instruction words in a particular paragraph. It has to be paragraph by paragraph. Each instruction word to a paragraph, and then you should write about 2 to 3 sentences in each paragraph. So, then after planning your outline, you move ahead to setting your tone. Okay, I'm writing to my boss. He's not a total stranger. He or she is not a total stranger. I would need to be a little bit formal and a little bit informal. You are in between. So you are not using some kind of slangs and you are not being too formal. So you set the tone. I'm writing to my boss. She's someone I know. So you are writing to someone you know. Even though the relationship between you two is just a professional relationship. So you set your tone and you use the right words while writing your semi-formal letter, and then you start writing. Okay, that's all for the semi-formal letter. Now for the informal kind of letter. I want to believe that we have a very good knowledge of this, about the informal kind of letter. Remember, the informal type of letter is a letter you're writing to someone that you know. Your friend, your family, your relations, your cousins, your brothers. Okay, we have an example here. It says, a friend you made while you were studying abroad has written to ask you for help in finding a job in your country. You have read about a job in a local company that might be suitable for him or her. Now that is the background information. Now, going back to the guide for each of these letters, you understand your question. What am I asked to do? So now here is the background information. It says you have a friend in another country who is writing to ask you to help him or her look for a job where you are, and it says you have heard about a job in a local company that might be suitable for him or her. They've given you a background information of what you are to write. And then the instruction was says, write a letter to this friend. You are writing to a friend, not a stranger, not a boss. So you know, okay, this is someone I know so well. I know his or her name, and we have this close relationship. So you are writing to someone that you know. You do not write like you are writing to a total stranger. You do not write like you are writing to your boss. Do you understand? So you're writing to who? You're writing to your friend. Your friend is the instruction word there. And now the accompanying detail says, tell your friend about the job and what sort of work it involves. The work you heard about in your area, it says tell your friend about the job and what sort of work it involves. It says say why you think the job would be suitable for him or her. And then it says explain how to apply for the job. These are the accompanying details that will build the body of your letter. Do you understand? This is the accompanying details that will build the body of your letter. So in writing your informal letter, you understand, in any of your letters, you understand the question, and then you plan your outline. Now for the informal letter, in planning your outline, you are in greeting, you know, okay, I greet my friend. You can say hello, hello Tommy, hello Toluwalashe. You mention your friend's name, Dear Toluwala shared, so you are writing to your friend, you are allowed to use slangs because you're writing to your friend. You are allowed to express yourself because you are writing to your friend, not a stranger and not your boss. And then you go ahead to state the reason for your writing. Why are you writing the letter, which is the background information that will be given to you, and then you write paragraph 1 and 2, which will build the body of your letter, and then you write your conclusion. Your conclusion should be what you want, what you advise your friend to do, because you're writing to your friend. So what would you advise your friend to do? And then you say farewell. Now you say farewell for each of these letters. Know that for your formal letters, for your formal type of letter, you're not allowed to say yours sincerely, because you're not writing to someone that you know. You're writing to a total stranger, so you're only permitted to say yours faithfully. Yours faithfully for your formal type of letter. Now, if you go through the question and you discover that you are asked to write a semi-formal kind of letter, you can say yours. You can choose to say yours sincerely. Yours sincerely. You can say thanks for understanding. You can say best regards, because you're writing to your boss. He or she is not a total stranger. And then if you're writing to your friend, you just say your friend, or just express yourself when you're writing your informal type of letter. Okay, now we move straight to the scoring. The scoring for your Ielts and General Writing Text 1. How is my letter going to be scored? This is how your examiner is going to score your letters. Okay, now your examiner will be looking out for task response. Task response. Now, your task one is 30% of your task response. Task presence of coherence and collision. Coherence and collision. Task presence of lexical resource. And then task percent of your mechanical accuracy. So these are what your examiner will be looking out for in any of your letters. You're asked to write formal, semi-formal, or informal type of letter. These are what your examiners will be looking out for. Now, what do they mean by task response? Task response is your examiner is looking at it that, okay, is this person able to attend to respond to the question in the right tone? If you're asked to write a formal letter, okay, did he or she use the right tone in answering this question, in writing the letter? Did you use the right tone? Did you give the necessary description or details that you were asked to give, in still using the right tone of a formal type of letter? And then if you are under the coherence and cohesion, he or she, your examiner will be looking forward to see if you are able to, organize your words. If you're able to organize your words paragraph by paragraph, if you're able to, your paragraphs linking to one another. If you're able to organize your words so well, just the way you are instructed to. And then your lexical resource, your examiner is looking out to see how well you are able to, use resource markers. If you're able to use what do I mean by resource markers? Resource markers are linking words. Words like at THC Study Center, we're actually going to be giving you some fantastic resource markers that you can use while writing your letter. So words like you have therefore, you have however, you have subsequently. You don't just go there saying so, but no, those words are not allowed in IELTS writing. So words like however, therefore, subsequently, and the like. So they are the linking words that you would be expected to use in joining your paragraph one to the other. And then for your mechanical accuracy, your examiner will be looking forward to seeing that, okay, how well was he or she able to use different kind of grammars? Were you able to use some kind of grammars were you able to express yourself in a very concise way, in a very clear and understandable manner? How well you were able to use the grammar, your vocabularies. That is what they look out for in your mechanical accuracy. They look out for the grammars that you were able to use. Now, in using grammars, they're not asking you to use a word so big. Now, they're looking forward for you to use a word to be able to balance your letter. You use a balanced English, not that you use a particular word at the beginning of your letter and then towards the end you don't have enough words to, to complement, to support it, and then the whole thing begins to, dangle and look zigzag. That way your letter will not be, your writing will not be accurate and it will not be straightforward. Okay, so this is all you need to know about your Ielts General Writing Tax 1. Kindly let me know, drop your comments under this video for anything you're not clear about, any question, is there a particular area that you would like us to visit? Please do drop your question, drop your comments under this video. Alright, and that will be the end of our class for today. Thank you so much and God bless you.